mic.
Get that mic. Turn it on.
Okay, it's on. It's not working.
Turn it. Speak into it.
Testing.
Testing, testing.
There you go.
This poem is called A Long Last Day of Hope. A long last day of hope, a man stood up and spoke of freedom, love, and equality. His eyes saw the bruised bones, daily they were reported well. His head hurt of those lost souls, thrashing out on one color, when he dreamt of rainbows. Confidence broke out the gates and hugged him tight, took away the darkness of giving up, and brought the brightest light. He stood there and shared that light with others, but the darkness just took him over. Even though he is gone, we need to be that rainbow, all colors of life, making the most beautiful sight. And here we are still forever this day, for wherever we will remember his name, Martin Luther King Jr., the brightest light that flew away.
Next, we're going to have Sister Deja. She's been a part about Martin Luther King.
Get that mic.
Amen. All right.
This is a poem about.
Speak into it.
This is a poem of Dr. Martin Luther King, Man of Peace. When he was a little boy, Martin Luther King Jr. loved big words. When he grew up, he became a minister. He wrote books and gave speeches. People read and listened to his words. He said that black people needed to be treated the same as white people. Dr. Luther King told people that they could make changes without fighting. He showed them how to use the power of love. Dr. King was killed in 1968. Every January we remember him on his birthday.
And next, we have a brother that don't have no loss for words. Brother Tim. He's going to tell you about Martin Luther King Jr. and education.
King stood for education. He started college, I think, at 14.
Yes,
And he graduated when he was just in his early 20s. Or he was 19, I think, when he got his doctorate. So, you know, to me, as I grew up in the Midwest, it was segregated. My whole neighborhood was all black, and I didn't know what it was to live in a neighborhood where it was white people at. So, as I grew in the hallways, there was always black history. Every day there was black history where I grew up at. I always knew about Arthur Ashe, Anthony Gibson, Jesse Owens, because it was all in the hallways where I grew up at. And as I got older, as we was young sixth graders, they said, you guys are going to get bussed out of this community. Into where? A 45-minute bus ride out of my neighborhood to another hood. It was all white. And that kind of started us. We didn't know what to do. We was like, man, we going to this school and it's way out of our element and there's lots of white people there. But it helped us grow. You know how Dr. King, how he saw it, how the little black kids and the little white kids would get together one day and live together. You know, so it started then for us. It was white principals, white teachers. You know, we didn't know what to do. We was kind of startled at first, but it worked itself out. It helped us be bigger. And I have to say, my first friend his name was Jay, and he was white. And this was in my 7th grade year. And I still remember this fella because, you know, this was something new for me. He sat beside me, and I didn't know how to handle him. I'm like, wow, you know, this guy. But we became best friends. And let's just let you know, once you open your mind up, and you get to know people, not for the color of their skins, but who they are. It's going to help you every day grow. It's going to help you grow. But during those times, like I say, as I was a little boy, I was scared because the world was changing all around. You know, there was the Vietnam War. There was war at home in my house. War in the communities. But as we grow and as we get bigger, the education of Dr. King has developed into something way more bigger than we can think of today. So education is important too for everybody, because we have to fight to go to school. We have so many kids who don't understand the fight, and it didn't happen long ago. It's so scary. In '65, we had the president march somebody in the University of Mississippi. The president and the National Guard. You know, that's not long ago. I say I had to be born in '63. That happened in '64, so I was 1 year old. And I'm 48 now, so that wasn't long ago. So take education seriously. Because we had to fight to go to school. We had to get the president to march us in to go to college. So take education serious, and you will succeed.